it has the potential to affect human destiny in a very profound way.
How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel, and in this video, we're going to go over Tesla stock. Is there a potential stock split coming up pretty soon? We're also going to be hearing from Elon Musk, going over exactly their upcoming mission and what to expect, what are their goals. We're going to be hearing from him in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock that performed very well for the past 5 days. As you can see, it's up 11.72%. As we all know, Elon Musk started selling his shares the past few weeks, and the stock has slightly been dipping a little bit. But when you look at the SEC filings that Tesla has done in the past, Elon Musk has not sold any of his shares, the remaining shares, which is more than 50% still remaining. He still has not sold those. The latest that he sold was on November 17. As you can see over here, he only sold more than 1,250 shares at approximately a price of $1,063.51. That was a total of more than $1.3 million. So that's why you're seeing some slight bump up as Tesla stock price starts to go up. The last time he sold was around November 17. So it's looking pretty good for Tesla stock. As you can see, it recovered pretty well. And so far, he only sold approximately close to 50% of the remaining of his shares. So he has a long way to go to finish. But Tesla stock has performed very well. It's really fantastic to see. So there's been a lot of rumors going on right now as Tesla stock approaches $1,200 to $1,500. Is there a potential stock split coming up for Tesla stock? So there's been a lot of rumors going back and forth, not only this upcoming week, this upcoming month. In the past, when Tesla stock broke out of $1,000, these rumors start to spread around. So if there is a potential stock split coming up pretty soon, we might expect a massive rally for Tesla stock to go up to the upside. We all know in the past, when Tesla announced the stock split, the stock exploded. So we might potentially see a massive rally happening. But so far, there has not been any kind of confident news that came out that Tesla is going to be doing a stock split pretty soon. But people are speculating right now that we might potentially see the stock split coming up pretty soon if Tesla stock reaches more than $1,300, close to $1,400. That could be the price point that Tesla could potentially be announcing a stock split. Different people and different analysts are speculating that this is going to be a massive bullish news if they announce a stock split coming up in the near future. The stock could potentially be going to $2,000 before the stock split. So that's going to be pretty massive. But so far, we still having just rumors here and there, people talking about there could be potential stock split coming up for Tesla stock, and the stock has been performing very well. But we still have to wait and see where Tesla stock price is going to be sitting at after Elon Musk completely sells his shares. If we're still sitting at above $1,200 to $1,500, then we might potentially expect a Tesla stock split that could be coming up pretty soon in December or even in 2022. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Now let's go over to Elon Musk interview that he did recently. Before we go watch the video, I really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. We have more than 94% of people that watch the channel is not subscribed. I really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel because I post about Tesla in this channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button, turn on your notification so you stay up to date on what's going on with Tesla stock. Now let's go watch this video.
So what we're aiming to develop with Starship is a generalized means of transporting large amounts of mass or people, but just in general, large amounts of mass anywhere in the solar system. The idea behind this is to have the first fully and rapidly reusable rocket, which is that's really the holy grail of rocketry. If you can have a fully and rapidly reusable rocket, orbital rocket, then the cost of transport of a ton to orbit drops by about 2 orders of magnitude, maybe better. So, just as it would for really any mode of transport, if you say had aircraft or cars that were not reusable, you would see very little use of aircraft and cars because you'd have to buy a new aircraft every time you went somewhere. And if you traveled somewhere in a car that was single use. You'd have to obviously tow a small car behind you just for the return journey. So I think this is quite profound. If we are successful, and at least from a design standpoint, it appears to be, all of the calculations close for having a fully reusable 100-ton to low Earth orbit capability. The vehicle is very big, so one of the things that helps with the reusability is scale, because, for example, the electronics that control the brain of the vehicle, if you will, does not actually get any heavier if it is a big vehicle or a small vehicle. So things like avionics and control, inertial measurement, sensors and whatnot become round down to basically almost no percentage of the mass for a big vehicle. Whereas for a small vehicle, obviously that would be much more of an issue. So scale certainly helps. And then we're using the most advanced engine cycle, which from a physics standpoint is the best. You can extract the most amount of momentum for a given amount of fuel or propellant, which is a full flow stage, a full flow gas staged combustion engine. That's the Raptor engine. There are currently 29 of those on the base of the booster. We'll be expanding that to 33. At 33 engines and with the Raptor 2, we'll be doing about 7,700 metric ton force of thrust on liftoff. So it's about 2.3 times the thrust of a Saturn V. So it's really a very big vehicle. It's the biggest rocket ever designed, and we're close to our initial launch, our initial orbital launch. We've done several suborbital flights and have been able to land the vehicle successfully. The first orbital flight we're hoping to do in January. So we've completed the first orbital booster and first orbital ship, and we'll be complete with the launch pad and launch tower later this month, and then we'll do a bunch of tests in December and hopefully launch in January. There's a lot of risk associated with this first launch, so I would not say that it is likely to be successful, but I think we'll make a lot of progress. And then we've also built a factory for making a lot of these vehicles. So this is not a case of just one or two. We're aiming to make a great many. Ultimately, I think in order for life to become multiplanetary, we'll need maybe 1,000 ships or something like that. But the overarching goal of SpaceX has been to advance space technology such that humanity can become a multi-planet species and ultimately a spacefaring civilization, and to make true the things that we read about in science fiction and have them not always be fiction. I think this is actually quite important. Well, long term, it's essential for preserving the light of consciousness. Eventually, something will happen to Earth, hopefully not soon, but either natural or man-made, that would cause the end of civilization. So the probable lifespan of civilization is much greater if we're a multi-planet species, and ultimately even go beyond our solar system. But the first step is being multi-planet, Mars being the only realistic option for that. So I think from a standpoint of, like I said, from a standpoint of preserving the light of consciousness, and which I think we should regard as fragile, I think it's extremely important that we try to become a multi-planet species as quickly as possible. Obviously, along the way, we will learn a great deal about the nature of the universe. And it will be possible to have many more space-based experiments if you have a very large vehicle capable of transporting things to orbit or the moon or anywhere at 100 times less than it currently costs. So it offers sort of profound possibilities, and I think this there's a fundamental juncture in the history of really any civilization on a single planet, which is, do you get to the second planet or do you not? I propose we do. And I think we should do it as soon as possible. The window of this opportunity is opened now for the first time in the 4.5 billion year history of Earth. It may be open for a long time, or it may be open for a short time. And I think we should, be hasty so that just in case it's only open for a short time. So like I said, I think this is very important for the long-term preservation of the light of consciousness. And of course, we'll naturally, we'll learn a lot of science and develop a lot of technology along the way. So that's what Starship's all about. We have an interesting project that we're working with Seoul Perlmutter at Berkeley on, which is to have a really big telescope. This is taking a ground-based lens that was intended for a ground-based telescope and creating a space-based telescope with it. So that could be, I think, pretty interesting, and we'd love to do other things as well. So, yeah, and I think people may know that NASA has selected Starship for the transport of astronauts to the lunar surface. So we look forward to doing that for NASA, and then I think it really could be. It has the ability, because of the mass transport capabilities of transporting enough mass and people to the moon, to actually have a permanently occupied, I think, base on the moon. Much as we have like a permanently occupied base at Antarctica, we could have a sort of a moon research station, which I think would be amazing. So, yeah, I think, anyway, this is a very profound vehicle, and nothing really like it is being developed, and I don't think anything quite like it has been even proposed. But it has the potential to affect human destiny in a very profound way.